What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. The narcissistic woman epidemic. I hear people talk about this a lot, about the rise of narcissism with men and women, let's be clear. But I'm specifically talking about women. Off the top of your head, when people talk about that, 50% of the people that hear about this issue will write it off as, oh, you're just overreacting. You can't just call everyone a narcissist. There's some truth to that. But the other half of the people out there will say no. Like, it's becoming a real epidemic. Narcissism is on the rise. Narcissistic, self-indulged, self-important ways of thinking are becoming really entrenched in most women today. And let's be real and basic about this. Narcissistic tendencies it's kind of human nature in general, right? Like, we're all self-absorbed to it to some degree. We're all self-important. We're worried about our own, our own betterment. We all want the best option we can get. Like, let's be real. That's not just women. Men also, you should anyway, want the best partner you can possibly get. But here's the key issue. Some of you probably already know this. This isn't some new phenomena that I'm going to talk about, but it's the advent of the internet and social media, and these smartphones being a global dating tool at your fingertips, an instantaneous dating tool at your fingertips, or praise and admiration tool, not just dating. So, like, there was a girl I was talking to recently, and very pretty girl. We got along really well, and she started having these talks about exclusivity and I want you to myself, and like kind of passing jokes like that. But I know she's not joking, and I didn't know she had Snapchat. Like, I knew of her Instagram, and it was so. Like, it was already probably too thirsty for me to even consider her to be serious either. But then she added me on Snapchat out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, okay. And I look at her Snapchat. I just sat back and watched for like a week straight. Every day she's posting like thirst trap stuff in her car. And just like, off work today went by faster than I thought, thankfully. And just like checking herself out, like adjusting her boobs. Just little subtle things like this. And I know she's got a bazillion guys that watch that every day and praise her and beg for her attention. Tell her she's pretty. Tell her they want her. And she's just getting drunk off of that, like most girls do. Whether they act on it or not, at the very least, they want that fuel. They want that fuel. And I'm not going to say anything inappropriate. A good-looking gal is jogging right there. But they want that fuel. That has become the baseline now. So to make the argument that narcissism is on the rise with women, that's a real thing. That's not a BS argument. That's not a BS statement, because now with social media and dating apps, whatever, smartphones in general, the most average of women even has a new baseline of the norm. They are getting so much praise and attention and validation and admiration from strange men that these narcissistic tendencies are ramped up. And that ramped up amount is the baseline now. Very rarely do you find a girl that doesn't have any social media, that's not participating in this, this free dopamine hit of validation, admiration, and praise from strange men, or acquaintances online. So that's a real problem. And I'll be honest, the reason why dating today is not nearly as fruitful as it used to be for men, particularly, and women as well, but mostly for men, I'm going to speak from our perspective. For a girl to really be committed to you today, you've got to really knock her socks off. Like, there has to be genuine burning desire, and it's hard to get that now, because most men that aren't like stand out, big shots, blessed with great genetics and blessed with whatever. Go down the line. For the average man that doesn't have all that, you're just simply not going to compete with all of the, as Corey Wayne says, the Frankenstein boyfriend project of online admirers and guys she might be casually dating and whatnot. You're not going to compete with that Frankenstein boyfriend project of all this admiration coming her way. You're just not going to compete with it. No one man really has a good shot at outshining all of that attention that they're getting on their smartphone. It's a real problem. And again, as men, we got to always do better and try to improve and become the best version of ourselves, obviously, right? But not to rain on the parade and discourage you. It's the odds of becoming a guy that's going to outshine the drunken, lustful power that she gets from her smartphone. The odds are not in your favor, bro. Very rare chance that you're going to do that. Now, some guys that I know still have seemingly healthy relationships with their girlfriends right now. They're both content, seemingly. But if I look at the social medias, the girl is still doing stuff that most of us are not going to be okay with. Like, they're still going to be, interacting with strange men on their social media and getting that exchange of, getting that dopamine hit from these men. Now, some people today have argued, because we're just accepting this stuff now, what we consider to be acceptable now has changed with smartphones and with social media. So like these guys I talk to, oh, you're overreacting. Oh, I'm not controlling. Oh, I don't care what she does. That's not cheating. If it's not physical, it's not cheating. I'm not controlling. It's like, okay, if you're happy with that, cool. But is that really a good idea that we now, again, change what the baseline is? Change the new baseline for what's considered cheating? Like, I see guys now that their girlfriends are on Instagram following a bunch of inappropriate pages about, gym guys or vulgar pictures of guys and stuff. And it's like, I'm not insecure. She can look at that all she wants. That's at least micro cheating, bro. Let's be real. Your girl shouldn't be lusting after other guys, especially like willingly doing that. Now, if you go to the grocery store, you happen to see some handsome guy or pretty girl, you're going to acknowledge it, whatever, but then you move on. You don't go, wow, I'm making it a point to follow this person. I want to keep seeing this person. That's at least somewhat of a micro connection, right? I don't know. We should have that discussion as a society. I don't know. And it bothers me that men now are just being gaslit and don't be controlling. Don't be insecure. Let her look at whatever she wants. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Now, again, maybe this is why these open relationships and stuff are so popular, or non-monogamous. Maybe that's why this stuff's so popular now, because these people are just like, you know what? It's not even really possible, or at least it's not probable to have a real monogamous relationship where you're not lusting after other people. With social media and stuff, maybe that's just the world we live in now where we can't avoid this. But again, to bring this back home, people, but women specifically, are really getting a lot of dopamine hits and narcissistic fuel, whether they like it or not, from social media. It's not good. It is not good. And again, the fact that men and women alike, but I'll just say women in general, are following the other cute, hot guys on social media or these pages. Social media is not good for relationships, man. So again, I think that there is a real issue with narcissism today, men and women alike, but it's not even close. You're not going to argue that men are becoming more narcissistic as a baseline than women are with social media. Maybe the super hunks, the hot chads, if you will, whatever cliche name you want to give, that are super one percenters, that they're just born looking like a model. Yeah, maybe them. Let's be real. But the average guy, ain't happening, bro. The most average of women, and I'll even argue below average women, are becoming extremely narcissistic, extremely drunk on power, and extremely picky because they can be. They can be. Because all you guys out there, most of you guys out there, are treating them like celebrities. And, you know, it's supply and demand. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below if you're watching this video. Let me know what you think. I'd love to get your input. Maybe I can learn something from you, get a better, different perspective on this than you. That's always healthy for me. Like the video if you did like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Until next time, guys, God bless. Be well. I'm out.